Ladies and gentlemen, you won't believe what just went down in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator John Kennedy confronted Dr. Carolyn Sufrin in a fiery exchange that exposed some shocking revelations. Stick around because this is one hearing you don't want to miss. Dr. Sufrin, did I read that correctly? An anecdote to white supremacist Kavanaugh show. Your words, not mine. This is Capitol Conservatives bringing you the unfiltered truth from Washington. Let's break it down. Senator Kennedy didn't hold back. He pressed Dr. Sufrin, a Johns Hopkins professor, on her past tweets while she tried to pivot to her expertise on incarcerated women's health care.
Thank you, Chair Durbin. Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for calling this hearing. Ms. Umberger, you were in a Georgia state prison?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And Ms. LaBoy, am I saying your name right?
Yes, sir.
Your daughter was in a state prison?
Yes, York Correctional.
And Georgia?
York Correctional in Connecticut.
In Connecticut?
In Nyack, Connecticut,
Okay.
yes.
Well, I want to thank both of you for coming. It's, your testimony was instructive, but that sounds kind of sterile when you put it that way. It was also moving. I know these four colleagues well. Hope we'll have another hearing on this subject. I would like to sit down with them and others and try to figure out how to address this problem.
But Kennedy wasn't having it. We're not going to solve this problem with that kind of attitude. The tension was palpable. Kennedy demanded accountability while Sufrin dodged. Classic Washington, but this time the truth came out.
I've had this discussion with Senator Booker before. I think we need to address the issue of solitary confinement in our prisons. We need to involve law enforcement. I'm hoping in another hearing we'll offer the Georgia state officials the chance to come in and tell us what happened here and offer constructive suggestions. I guess what I'm saying is I pledge to you to try to sit down and let's see if we can address this problem. I'm going to have to leave in a second. I don't want you to be offended by that. We've got a vote going on. Dr. Sufrin, tell me your credentials again.
I'm a board-certified obstetrician-gynecologist, and I also have a doctoral degree.
And you're a professor?
I'm a professor at Johns Hopkins University.
And the medical school? Or?
In the School of Medicine and at the School of Public Health.
Okay. You're a chaired professor? Or?
I am not.
Okay. All right. But you represent, or you are a part of the Johns Hopkins system?
I am, but I'm not representing Johns Hopkins today.
Understand.
Let's rewind. Back in 2018, Sufrin tweeted about ending incarceration of women and girls as an antidote to white supremacist Kavanaugh show. Kennedy called her out, word for word. Piper reminding us that gathering to discuss ending incarceration of women and girls is an anecdote to white supremacist Kavanaugh show. Yikes. If that doesn't show bias, what does? And she's advising policymakers?
Understand. Well, if we're going to solve this problem, we've got to be candid with each other. Do you have a Twitter account?
Thank you, Senator, for your question, but I'm here today to talk about my expertise on reproductive health care for incarcerated women.
Is your Twitter account jail care?
That is thank you, Senator. That is a Twitter account that is associated with a book that I published in 2017. But I'm really here today to talk about my expertise on reproductive health care and pregnancy care for incarcerated women.
On September 29th of 2018, at 3:33, I'm going to read you one of your tweets. These are your words, not mine. Quote, Piper reminding us that gathering to discuss ending incarceration of women and girls. Piper reminding us that gathering to discuss ending incarceration of women and girls is anecdote to white supremacist Kavanaugh shit show. Professor, did I read that correctly?
Kennedy drilled into Sufrin's credentials. Board-certified OBGYN? Yes. Johns Hopkins professor? Yes. But a chaired professor? Nope. And most importantly, was she speaking for Hopkins in that tweet? She admitted, no, I was not speaking for Johns Hopkins. So personal bias creeping into policy discussions? Sounds familiar?
Thank you for reciting that. I'm really here today to talk about research and improving conditions for incarcerated pregnant women.
Were you speaking for Johns Hopkins when you sent this out?
I was not speaking for Johns Hopkins.
Well, I'd like to solve this problem, Professor, but we're not going to solve it with that kind of attitude. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I appreciate the courage that it took to come forward today.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This isn't just about one tweet. It's about activists in academia influencing laws. Kennedy vowed to tackle solitary confinement, but first he wants transparency. If we're going to solve this problem, we've got to be candid with each other. Amen, Senator. And that's why we need more hearings like this. Folks, this is why we cover these hearings. The American people deserve to see the unfiltered truth. Kennedy exposed the agenda. Now it's up to us to demand accountability. If you want more hard-hitting coverage like this, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. This is Capital Conservatives, bringing you the facts the mainstream media won't. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay conservative. We'll see you in the next video.